Welcome to Contemplative Living, where we view contemplations for the week to have a better understanding of our spiritual paths. This is Contemplative Living with Dave Bennett, contemplations and reflective meditations. Hello and welcome to another Contemplative Living, where we talk about concepts to bring contemplative living into everyday life. Now, I'd like to share something that His Holiness the Dalai Lama said. He said that although it's difficult to pinpoint the physical base or location of awareness, it is perhaps the most precious thing concealed within our brains. And it's something that the individual alone can feel and experience. Each of us cherishes it highly, yet it's private. And again, that was from His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Today, we're going to speak about awareness. We're going to talk a little bit about hope and strengthening our awareness in this life. So, hope is a light that shows our way along the path. What is hope? You know, hope is an expanding of our potential through our mind, through our heart, and when we combine together our heart and our mind and develop an intention, an ideal that we want to work toward, that's when hope is alive. That's when hope takes on its own energy and it feeds into the consciousness of oneness. Hope's essential in our well-being and our ability to thrive. But it also is that shining beacon that illuminates our path so that we can see the obstacles that we have and overcome them. The strength, clarity, compassion, and insight required for thriving can only come from our source, our center. So when we come from a place of being centered, of being connected to our inner self and our higher self, it fills us, it imbues us with strength and clarity. It imbues us with compassion and insight so that we can be the best human possible in this life and that we can be all that we want to be. So connecting to our source is incredibly vital. Good morning, Mary Beth. I'm glad you could join us. It's vital that we make those connections, that we connect to our inner self and our higher consciousness. And through that, we gain the insight from oneness, from God, from all that is. And that's what's critical in this life. In our own small way, we can have a real effect on the world. There are many times in life that we feel like we've been run aground and just wrecked. Kind of like the way this picture shows. You know, we're just totally destroyed sometimes. But when we hold out hope and when we connect to our inner self and our higher consciousness, when we have established an ideal, then we don't have to be that anymore. We don't have to be that wrecked, decaying vessel. We can be vital. We can be who we want to be. Hey, Marie, good morning. Glad you could join us. So, when we make those connections, when we establish our ideals and we put our intention toward those ideals, then we, in a small way, we do have a real effect on the world. The deeper and clearer our inner awareness is, the deeper and clearer our connection to all of humanity. So, when we make these connections, when we connect to our inner self and our higher consciousness and the oneness, when we make those connections through our spiritual practice, we gain a deeper, clearer sense of our inner awareness. Like His Holiness said, our awareness is, it's a place that we cherish. We don't know exactly where it resides, but we know it resides within us. And it gives us that inner strength. It gives us that sense of purpose to be able to see more than just our illusion of separateness. We get to see the actual connection, the strands that bind us all together, that weave us together like a tapestry. We get to see that. We get to peek through the crack of our separateness and see that we are connected to all of humanity. Maximize your connection through service, spiritual practice, and sharing experiences with like-minded people. That's what a spiritual community is all about, is to be able to share our experiences with like-minded people and to amplify who we are and maximize our own connection. It's a loving and purposeful way of growing ourselves and our community, our family, our friends, and bringing them all up, restoring all of them so that we don't have to feel like we're that wrecked society, we're that wrecked community or family or individual. We have hope. We have ideals. And we have an intention to move forward and strengthen that hope and allow it to build that energy that we need in our lives so desperately. So I hope you find your way this week and through this holiday to establish and to strengthen your sense of hope and your ideals and create that intention that'll help you move forward. Namaste.